Hey, what's going on, guys? MinTheQ7B here. Welcome back to another episode of NASCAR Thunder 2004. This is episode number 44 today for the Napa Auto Parts 500 for Season 2 at California Speedway, or Auto Club Speedway, as I like to call it anyway. We're rocking the Sledge Mods colors here today with the light blue, red, and black anyway. We got some work to do because we definitely got, we won our race at Talladega last time in amazing fashion, I would say. Like, it was, wow, absolutely incredible strategy call. But us dropping back to pick up our teammate and almost pull off a 1-2 finish. I mean, Andy Petree certainly loved that. Of course, we actually had a meeting with him. He just told us that everything was, you did a fantastic job with doing all that. So obviously the boss is impressed. RCR was impressed. Everyone was kind of impressed with that. Even the whole garage was talking about that bold move was just very incredible there on America Online, I guess, around this time period anyway, when everyone was still using dial-up. In terms of what I want to do, actually, in terms like the engines, we got another engine coming in about, one race time. So it makes me begs the question of what am I going to do with this engine right here? Because we got a fresh one ready to go for Auto Club, but I don't want to I don't think I want to do anything with this engine right here. I kind of want to leave it alone, maybe. As for the chassis, though, we actually have another chassis coming in next race, actually, with these I've gotten to understand at this point that this is basically inaccurate. So whatever we're gonna get next episode is whatever we're gonna get. However, we have 3 chassis on our bay at the moment. Chassis number 8 doesn't really want to live up to expectations at all. So believe it or not, we're actually gonna get rid of this one. We're actually gonna sell this chassis for $220,000, but at the same time, we're gonna overhaul the other one that we have down here for $278,000. So we don't lose that much money. We're gonna overhaul this for 2 races with a 70 tire grip. That's what we want to look for here. But we got some stuff to do there about that. So in terms of the we should probably change everything engine wise. We're gonna put our fresh stuff in. 67 power. I'm debating whether or not what I want to do with this engine. It's kind of like a backup engine at the moment, in case something goes like catastrophically wrong or whatnot. I'm going to use it as the backup engine, and we're going to have this bad boy as a chassis within there. And yeah, car number 2 still there. I'm not changing the name anytime soon. We have a very nice car rating as well. We have our chassis tire wear too is coming in about 4 races, I would say. So that's really nice to see there. Let's go take a look at where we're at in the point standings, actually, because that win brought us up to 18th place. Remember, the goal is to finish inside the top 20, and so far we have about a 56-point cushion over Scary Terry. We're actually all of our teammates are all on a row. In fact, our teammates are actually level on points, the 55 and 33. So that's gonna be really nice to see going into next week. Ward Burton's still somehow top of 10 in points. He had an awful day in the race, and we have a new point leader. It's no longer the Rooster, but instead Rusty Wallace now has a 25-point lead over Ricky Rudd. And Tony Stewart's coming back in the fray too. I mean, he had a horrible race still, but he's 93 points back. Earnhardt needs to work on his consistency if he wants to get that 8th title. If he wins the title in this career mode, guarantees that there's going to be another driver in the fray coming into that 3 car next season. But let's go into Auto Club Speedway and just see what we could do here with our fresh stuff here. All right, we go to Auto Club Speedway with with basically, well, I guess newer stuff anyway. It's all about trying to get ourselves, like I said, the top 20 into point standings. I'm pretty sure I kind of repeated something. Oh boy. I don't remember being that loose. I know I made some last-minute changes before qualifying anyway, but I didn't put the tire pressure down to 15 like the strat like I normally do. Yeah, we didn't do that anyway. Not for this race. I only brought it down from 23 to 22 for our tire pressures, just to see if that can help us out a little bit in the corners. Let's see what our lap time's going to be. It's going to be 20th off the bat. Once again, we always do well in qualifying, but not in terms of the race, though. But let's see if we can actually, make that change as we overdrive the corner just a little bit. We don't make mistakes, just happy accidents as we go down the long-ass back straightaway. I try to go for a lower downforce set for this race because it is a lot of straight line speed for this racetrack anyway. So go to 193 down the back stretch we go. And I think I kind of messed up this corner here quite a bit. Yeah, I did. We're going to go straight to the wall. We're losing the back end there, so... Not exactly where I wanted to be in terms of the pace. I think I might have to go back to the adjustments I made. Yeah, 13th place. Not exactly where I wanted to be at the moment. Bring that back up there. Might bring it to 57, actually. Yeah, that's fine. Off to the main show.
MRN is in Fontana, California, home of the California Speedway for today's Napa Auto Parts 500. It's another great day for racing. Pit strategy could be a major factor in this race, Barney.
All of that green flag racing here usually results in crew chiefs having to make a very tough decision towards the end. It's the age-old question of who's going to make it on fuel, and more importantly, who isn't. We'll see how things shake out at the end of this race.
Ward Burton has got to be happy about qualifying so well this week.
Well, the extra time that team spent on qualifying this week makes all the difference. I think they should spend extra time every week. Maybe it would help improve their average starting spot.
The 56 car has really focused in on his qualifying runs this year.
Yeah, that team has made great strides in improving their qualifying setups, and it shows with all the top 10 starts they've made.
Mark Martin had an amazing streak of 12 consecutive years in the top 10 in points, snapped in 2001.
Mark Martin has been a model of consistency since he hooked up with Roush Racing. He qualifies well, he finishes well, and everyone out there on the racetrack respects his skill behind the wheel.
Start your engines.
Guess who's making his first start this season? It's Jimmy Johnson on the outside pole here at California Speedway.
In the front row,
we got John Andretti on the pole once again. Funnily enough, he's somehow up there again. We got our teammate behind us, Kenny Walls, but we got Carl Wall, who actually qualified really well in this race, it seems, as well. So rather nice race start for the 85 car anyway. Let's hope it works out well for him. As we go down to turn number 1, we're going to try to... Well, I would like the idea of having the Andy Petree Special again. That's kind of like what I dubbed it at this point, is the Andy Petree Special, but... Either way, that 55 car is probably going to be faster than the quarter. We're going to try to use the draft off of Robert Presley. We do. We will clear our teammate once again, as our RPM usage is rather high. We go 200 miles an hour once again. And I'm glad I made my changes to be a little bit more rear downforce, because this thing really want to hooks it in the corner now compared to what I had before, especially since I'm going faster in the corners because of said draft. And we're not falling back like a rock like I thought it would be. We could be making a pass on Dave Blaney right here for the spot. This could be for 13th there, as the RPM just almost gets to 9,000, as we really had a checkup for Dale Earnhardt Jr. there. We lose the nose, and that's going to allow our teammate to go through and maybe one more spot as well. Mark Martin's also down there too, so we may also lose 2 spots in one corner. And our other teammate, Joe Nemechek, is right behind us as well. Our teammates are tied on points, so whoever finishes higher is actually going to be ending up doing a little bit better, as Robert Presley tries to think a hole was there underneath us. If you no longer go for a gap, you're no longer a racing driver, said Robert Presley, and I'm stuck straight into the wall. Now we got to go chase after Mark Martin, Sterling Marlin down here on the straightaways. I probably should have made my gear ratios a little bit more better. I would say like maybe a little bit longer, but oh well, it's just the way it is now. Oh, we have a caution right out of the gate. I'm not sure where that's at, but it's behind us still. It's all in turn 2. We're actually going to try to block on the point leader, Rusty Walls, and trying to help maybe get Joe Nemechek to go around him. But Rusty might be going to have some moves around the outside. No, we lose the nose and we lose the rear end as well, so we end up losing both those spots. Down to 18th we go. It's a shame we weren't able to hold on to it. So what happened there? Somebody has an issue on the back straightaway. Who's it going to be? It is Michael Waltrip. It's hard into the outside wall. It looked like a solo spin here for the number 7. Looked like a tire might be down or something. Bam. That happened all the way in the back of the pack. Too early to make any sort of pit road adjustments, I'm afraid. As we know, we could restart on lap 6. And we got to restart on the wrong gear again. Not a big surprise there, as we're trying to use that high horsepower at the very top end of the gear ratios here. Trying to see if we can actually make something happen. We couldn't. So back to 18th we go. I don't think we're going to be able to go anywhere forward from this point out. You know, getting a top 25 would also be great and grand for us, as we need to have an average finish of top 25 or better. But it may not really look, realistically, looks like it's not going to happen, as we're going to be in the middle of 3 wide. We tried to cover off Dale Earnhardt Sr., but we thought better of it. Still a little early to be doing some sort of maneuvers like that, I would say. But we're back in the 20th spot, so you lose 2 spots on that front. I'm guessing that's a debris caution. Oh no, it's not. It's not. I see death behind me. Wow. No, it's Kenny Irwin Jr. that loses it on turn number 4 somehow. That's a weird place to lose a corner, but he's dead. Here you can see the black edge of smoke. That's how you know he's dead. Well, it didn't have to be at New Hampshire to do that, I'm afraid. But yeah, hard impact for Kenny Irwin. We're in the middle of the pack. We still haven't really gotten that many green flag laps under our belts, so we're gonna say no. So we're having a restart once again, lap number 10. We're probably gonna lose 2 more spots here once again. You see, if this was like maybe like halfway within the run, like 20 laps or so, we would have tried it maybe, but we just said no on the pit stop there. We're gonna try to get ourselves back up there. Well, let's restart anyway, and we'll see how we do. We're gonna get passed by Scary Terry and Kyle Petty and friends. We have a crash again on turn 2. I can't even. And this time it's definitely for debris, for sure. I can't even have like a 2 laps of a run because of all the cautions that are carrying. I can't even really have a long period of time where I can just take a break from talking because of these said yellows. But it looks like it's gonna happen again. And at this point, screw it. I guess we can come down now. I don't know. Yeah, that was debris. I can hear it from the piece there. Who's it coming off from? I'm going to say it's Michael Waltrip, and no, it's Schrader. Yeah, the Schrader already lost the hood, it looks like there. Well, at this point, we might as well go down pit road and just try to see if we can make something happen, I suppose. Get some fresh tires, and just try to go along with it, I guess. You know, that was a good stop. Unfortunately, it was at a place where it doesn't matter. Kenny Irwin is still in this race, by the way. Not sure how or why. And we got down to 1st gear, believe it or not. I was expecting to be down to 3rd gear. So we're back in last, but with fresh tires. I guess it's a good idea to see, like, you know, where are we going to be at in terms of raw race pace anyway. Hopefully we don't run into any more like debris litter bugs like we had at Texas anyway. We can just try to work our way through the field with what we got here. We got to get fight for last. Not big surprise here. We got a good old Chad Little here being an absolute Chad, I would say, from like that one episode anyway. I'm not sure what it was at the top of my head, but Carl Long's all the way back to dead last. It looks like almost there. Somehow he's behind Scott Pruitt. You know you're having a bad day when you're behind Scott Pruitt, but, you know, unfortunately for us, that statement kind of like reflects back on us a little bit. Because we're behind him right now. There he is right there in the 32 car. We're actually going to go try to work our way through the field and see what we got. Get around our Pruitt and our man Bobby Hamilton. We're making our way towards the top 30 in this race. We at least we know we have some pace in this car. We're going to go inside the top 30 with Mr. Excitement and Kenny Irwin, who is somehow still alive. I thought for sure he was dead, but I guess he's still alive. I guess he has like a 2nd win or something. But we got the spot away from the both of them. We got young Dave Blaney to pass alongside as well. It seems like our struggles are basically off of turn 2. It seems. Because they are just a lot faster off the corner, but we're actually faster going down the straight and towards the inside of the corner. We just pinch Kenny Irwin there. Somehow, neither one of us didn't die there, so I wasn't sure if my spotter said there was somebody down the inside or not, but we're actually inside the top 30 now. Apparently, somebody DNF'd, from what I understand, because I've actually passed somebody. I actually passed someone during that whole exchange, and oh, it's defending champion Tony Stewart. Wow. All right, that's not good there. I don't even see him in the pits or anything. I'm guessing he's like one of those things where, you know how I think it was like one of my old Thunder 04 episodes where they would be like somewhere on the track as soon as they cross the start finish line, they would just disappear. Like that's what probably happened there. To good old smoke there. Kenny Irwin tries to make the move again. We cut him off again, but of course we actually get the worst end of it that time around. we actually have less side damage because of our own shenanigans there. So we're going to be a little bit down on pace now because of that, of our own actions. We fall back to 28th. We're going to try to, I guess, get back up there and see if we can repair that left side damage and get ourselves up there again. Lap 25. We have some people coming down pit road to make their one and only stop, it looks like, it seems. So I wonder if we can just steal a lap lead. But is that going to be worth it while? Is that going to be more point efficient for us? Because we're still net loss of 4 spots. Kenny Irwin's on a mission up there. We're actually coming up towards Kyle Petty. I think we're going to have to stay in a little bit longer, though, than like some of the field, though. Even though we're going to be... We still have the fresher tires at the moment, but when the whole majority of the field comes, we got to come on in, for sure. It's honestly, you know, points effective, I would say. As Kenny Irwin comes down now, that's going to be another spot for us in the moment. We're just trying to get back the spots that we lost, we gained or lost. We should be in the top 20 as of right now. No, we're not, because people are coming down the pits right now. But these two right here are going to be fighting for whoever's in the 20th. So it's literally the mid-off right here. As we have some people having trouble coming out of the pits there. Don't scare us right now. I mean, I don't want to caution to come out this early in the run. All right, our front tires are starting to go, but we're having a good fight for, but literally, this is literally the mid-off right here. Ourselves and Jeremy Mayfield. And I think Brent Bodine is one of those cars that actually came down pit road, so they're going to pass us along with Elliott Sadler. So obviously the fresh tires, you know, they're getting their work cut out for them for sure. Our front tires are starting to wear out to ourselves. In fact, we're just going to probably hitch a ride with Brent Bodine. Kenny Irwin just made a pass on us. I think that's old Jerry Nadeau in front of us right there. Yeah, that's Jerry Nadeau in that blue car up there. It's a good old scrap so far, but you know, we really can't come down pit road just quite yet, unfortunately. And yeah, once again, our turn 2 is still not very good for us. Every other corner is fine. Like the suck up is pretty good. Our straight line speed's pretty good. But we just can't handle turn 2 at all. We can do, honestly, everything else kind of okay. As I say that now, I'll lose the end of the car a little bit. We're going to try to get back on the slipstream with Elliott Sadler to give us as much of a tow as long as possible. We do have to think about coming out, when are we going to come down pit road? Because we actually do need to come down pit road at some point, though, of course. So for right now, I'm going to try to see how long we can stay with the draft, but it shouldn't be that long because, you know, turn 2 is still a bitch for us. But everywhere else should be okay, so maybe we can stay on with them for a little bit longer. Yeah, around this time, people are starting to come, really starting to come down pit road. We're inside the top 10 now, but of course, you know, we really can't stay out here pretty much longer. Leaders coming in, so we can actually try to, oh my gosh. I'm expecting an accident to occur around that area in the pits, so point forward. But man, we have a lead change again. This time it's Earnhardt Sr. I really want to come down and I really don't want to come down, but I feel like I'm going to have to. Next lap, we're probably going to go do that. We just passed Jerry Nadeau, but we're probably going to get past here again. It's literally just been a cycle between me and Jerry going at it, but Jerry's finally coming down pit road. DW is right behind us, but he's a lap down. We're going to hold him up, of course. Jimmy Johnson is actually ahead of us. Well, now he's in pit lane. He's having a great race so far in that 92 car. For sure, someone's got to pick him up, right? Next season, we have a little bit of a bit of a brotherly shove. In fact, another one for good measure. Yeah, Dale Earnhardt Sr. is taking way too long to come down pit road. We got to come down pit road around this time. Our tires are shot. It's time for us to come on in. Yeah, leaders are coming in. We got to come on in ourselves. Pit this time. Our tires are done for. There we go, perfect stop. I kind of want to keep everything the way it is. Yeah, turn 2's still gonna suck, but what can we do? All right, got a good stop here, folks. Good stop. We need a good stop. Labonte's in the pits here too. I mean, I guess he must have been in there the entirety of this whole time. It's a little bit slow on the right side. Redeem yourselves here, folks. No, they're not. Oh my gosh, they're not. 17.5. Not exactly what I want to see, but so far it's definitely a net loss for the pit stops anyway. So hopefully at some point we can get back with these guys as the tires wear out with like less than 20 laps to go. Looks like we're going to come back with Jerry Nadeau on the inside here going towards turn 1. We got to pinch him up with Darrell Walter, who's also for a spot as well in that 66 Haas Carter Ford. Trying to get ourselves down the inside. Do we have to give him a brotherly shove again? No, we don't, but we lose the spot off of turn 2 like normal. It's just been an absolute back and forth between ourselves and the man in the 25 car as well. And that's kind of where we want to be, is the average finish in the top 25, but he just rocketed off down the back straightaway. We're going to try to get that spot back, but we drift way up the racetrack towards almost into the wall. I don't think we're going to be able to gain another spot after Jerry Nadeau, but it looks like it's just him and I going at it. We have a leader of Jeff Burton, who's still leading the way. The mayor, once again, showing his strength at this racetrack. And we're going to lose a little bit of time to Jerry Nadeau here, it looks like, because we just suck off of turn 2, but we're going to try to get that slipstream back. Make sure we don't lose him. That's the one thing we really don't want to do. But in terms of like everywhere else, that's like right, in front of us. I don't think we're going to be able to get any of those guys up there. But I think Jerry Nadeau and I are going to be like the last ones like fighting for the rest of the race. It seems, unless a caution comes out, which I hope it does. I hope a caution would come out while we're still in the lead. That way we have a chance to fight for a better spot than what we got here. Maybe even come back down pit road. Who knows? Oh, we caught Jerry again. This time we're going to try to make it back on the inside as well. We have some folks up ahead. We do have some folks up ahead. We got Elliott Sadler, and I can't tell who that is. It's probably Brett Bodine, but we hit the apron though, so we're gonna completely mess up the corner. So now we went from trying to overtake Jerry to just, oh my god, we need to get back into slipstream. Oh my gosh, that was not how you do turn 1, turn 2 at all, folks. So jot some notes down. Don't do that. Don't hit the apron. The car wanted to rotate that time. That was really cool. We're going to be right back with him again, because like I said, turn 3 and 4 is like towards the front stretch is where we're good at. Meanwhile, the AI are just going to 1 and 2. So we're literally like canceling each other out here in this whole process. Maybe if I try to enter a little bit higher and then cut back down, will that help us out a little bit? Speed-wise, yes. Race line-wise, not really. So we're about to get lapped here. Yeah, we're probably going to be racing towards lap 60, completion of 61. I mean, that's fine by me. One last lap to worry about in terms of racing, I would say. We're both getting closer. We're both kind of just like working together in a way. Jerry Nadeau and I, like, unintentionally working together to bring ourselves closer to the field. But instead, we're actually going to pinch and pin him up there towards the wall, try to make him fight for it. As well, we're going to try to get around Elliott Sadler this corner as well. We might be able to get him in 3 and 4, but not in this corner, as we give Jerry Nadeau a little bit of a brotherly shove. As we make the clear pass on him, but he's trying to fight back on the inside. I mean, Jerry and I have been unable to get away from each other all day. As we close the door on Jerry, trying to think he was Kenny Irwin Jr. for a minute, but not so much there. So we're up to 24th, but we're not going to be able to hold on to this spot much longer. Meanwhile, there's a battle for the lead behind us. Ricky Rudd and Jeff Burton are fighting for the lead back there. Hopefully we can actually try to get out of their way, because I want them to let them scrap them out to themselves. But don't forget, this is pretty much our terrible corner right here for us. It's not a good corner for us. As Jeff Burton's being held up by Elliott Sadler. And we clipped Jerry Nadeau, and yeah, Jeff Burton's going to run away with it now, it looks like there. We clipped Jerry Nadeau, and that just messes up the Roosters line. Jeff Burton goes on through to lap us, and yeah, Rooster has no chance to get back up there. We kind of screwed him over there, unfortunately, by clipping Jerry Nadeau. Our troubles appear to be not out of sight, because we got Jeremy Mayfield back again, and this time we even got more than that, because we got Jerry Nadeau who's trying to come back with a vengeance, it looks like there, as our tires are starting to wear out now with a few laps to go in this race. We're going to try to hold these guys off as long as we possibly can. Jerry is actually a lead lap car. We're actually going to let him go. But Mayfield says no. We're not letting him go. Yeah, that's fun. that's absolutely fun. Good maneuver there, Mr. Mayfield. But yeah, now we got Jerry Nadeau as well to worry about. I mean, the top 25 is still definitely possible. I just want to see if we can just, prevent from losing ourselves any more spots as we give a bit of a screw you to Mr. Mayfield, as Jerry Nadeau is back behind us as well. All right, no harm, no foul. He only lost 2 spots there, but he lost a lot of time still, Mr. Mayfield did. Anyway, we're still terrible at 1 and 2. Yeah, so I guess this race overall was a really good race for us. Steered clear of trouble. Had to go work with the strategy to see that well, I guess in hindsight it did work at the end of the day. It kind of did. Eh, that's just how it is, though. We're probably gonna get overtaken here by Jerry Nadeau unless we get a good run down the front straightaway. Unless we give him a little bit of our signature patented brotherly shoves like that. Slow him down just for a little bit, and just bring it home to 23rd and 24th. Last lap, 1 lap to go, sponsored by, or may not be sponsored by, Credit One Bank. Yeah, like I said, the race is pretty good. We had to keep doing a couple brotherly shoves here and there with Jerry Nadeau, just to fend him off. Jeff Gordon's gonna try to lap us. He probably didn't like what he saw with Jerry Nadeau anyway, as he keep losing the back end, just trying to make his car plant on the bottom. Yeah, I mean, I got no complaints about this race, really. I really don't. This race was really good. Compared to what I had to deal with in Thunder 04 at this track, I will take this spot over anything, honestly. 23rd place is probably where we're going to finish today. Overall, a really solid day. We're actually starting to become more of a midfield team each week now. Like, it's actually becoming more consistent now. I like this day.
Okay, we're done.
Yep.
Let's not make a habit of that.
Actually, I rather would, actually. I rather would make a habit of this. Rusty Wall steals the win. What the heck?
This is the kind of finish the fans love to see.
You know, you've seen a great race when it gets to the last lap and you still have no idea who's going to win.
And the 56 car really did a fantastic job keeping his car away from trouble all race long.
Well, it's going to be a happy crew when they get back to the shop. They can immediately go to work on next week's car without having to worry about fixing anything from this race, and that makes for a much less stressful atmosphere.
From all of us here at EA Sports and MRN, thanks for joining us today. So long. We'll see you next week at the Richmond International Raceway.
So it was Rusty Wallace somehow stealing the win away from, I thought it was Jeff Burton had us in the bag ever since we kind of clipped Ricky Rudd. Wow. What a win, I guess. Like, he just came, like, after having Johnny Benson as a roadblock. We had Ricky Rudd he had to go through, and now, wow. What a drive by Rusty Wallace to come back through the end there. That just goes to show, like, why he's the point leader in this series. So now he's gained a little bit of points on the Rooster anyway. As for us, I would say a pretty good day for our standards here on the channel at this track. Anyway, 23rd place, I'll take it. There, I got no complaints. I got nothing to say about that. Rusty Wallace ends up with winning a case of Miller Lite. All right, well, that was good. $388,000 in the bank. Rusty Wallace was nowhere even near us at one point, and they just happened to steal the win away from from them two. So we got the race results here today. Rusty Wallace steals it on the last lap, no less. A last lap pass by Rusty Wallace. His only lap led was the last one, and that's the one that matters. Wow, like, what a steal. He takes the lead away from the dominant Jeff Burton. Incredible. I will have to say that. I mean, like, that's why he's the point leader right now in the standings. I mean, Rusty Wallace will extend his point lead anyway. Jeff Burton second, Ricky Rudd third, Johnny Benson fourth, Dale Jarrett ends up in P5, Earnhardt in sixth, Jeff Gordon seventh, Mark Martin eighth, Steve Park in ninth, and Ken ends up in the 10th place. Jimmy Johnson ends up in 12th. Our teammates ended up in 15th and 17th respectively, so they're going to be gaining on us a little bit in the points, even though they already passed us. And we ended up finishing 23rd today, which is honestly really good. Not for our standards here on a track like this, is honestly really good. And it's a double DNF for the Joe Gibbs team. That is not exactly what we're looking for here, Joe Gibbs. Well, that was sure exciting, I'm not going to lie. Now, speaking of excitement, we're going there next. Richmond International Raceway with of course, I think our new chassis is ready to roll here, isn't it? No, actually, it is ready. Let's see, in our inventory, 74 grip. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I love to see it. Absolutely. 68 tire wear, a really nice downforce, but with no drafting. There is no drafting, so this is perfect. It's honestly what I'm looking for. That tire grip. Oh, baby. That is so good. It's going to make me question if I want to build anything else there, but we have our engine that actually got built too. So let's go take a look at that. 68 power. I mean, that's fine. We didn't really have that much in terms of like the engine power, I don't think, at the moment anyway, but that's fine. We actually get to work on that as well the next episode as well. So that's gonna be nice to see. But where does that lead up in the points? Let's go find out. We're still 18th in the standings. Actually, our main competition right now is Bill Elliott, Scary Terry, and our teammate Kenny Wallace. Joe Nemechek is also up there too. Kenza, who's also ahead of us. Junior is doing a lot better in the standings. Wasn't he? Where were you at in the standings last season? 22nd. So a much better improvement there for the 8 team. Johnny Benson's kind of fallen off, but he got himself, I think, his second top 5 of the year. So that's good. That's good enough to see. Yeah, this brings them back down quite a bit as Jalen Hart Sr. comes up through the fray. And this lead extends for Rusty Wallace, getting his second win of the year by about now 35 points. So that's going to be really nice to see. But hey, we're going to Richmond next week, so I can't wait to see what we can do about that. Maybe we get ourselves a better, top 10 in that one because of our chassis grip being so high. So it's going to be a good field day for us to try to figure out what we're going to do with that. As always, if you like the video, please leave a like, a comment, subscribe, and it helps with the channel quite a bit. And as always, we will see you in the next one at Richmond.